The merge is already set, and it is like a ticking time bomb that we are all just waiting to finally explode. All roads lead to this, and after all the months of preparing, investing, and making sure that you are there when it happens has led you to finally witness the transition of Ethereum's network from proof of work to proof of stake. But if there's something you need to learn if you are still new to the industry, it is that a lot of things can happen while you're deep in sleep, and these things can dictate the price of even the most flourishing coins in the ecosystem, including ETH. With the merge coming up and the recent drops in the price of the coins, what is left for us to expect once the transition happens? Welcome to Diversified Streams, your go-to YouTube channel for all things crypto and finance. Be sure to check out our community post about these subjects. We are curious to know your opinions on these matters. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, click the subscribe button so you don't miss out on the latest news and tips related to crypto. And make sure to keep your notifications on so you'll be updated with our latest videos. We frequently post so you wouldn't want to miss them. In today's video, we will be talking about the price predictions for ETH as the merge closes in, and we will be discussing it through the interview of CNBC's Brian Kelly. There are a lot of factors that, since our last video on price predictions, have come into play. It is important we take them into consideration as we make our assessments in terms of how the merge will dictate the price of one ETH. It has been made public that the merge is set to happen around the 15th or 16th of September, so around the second week of the month. We are only a few days away from it, and it is possible that at the time of this video's publishing, the merge has already happened. But in the event it hasn't, we surely need to talk about what the current events in the space have impacted on the price of ETH. The days are countable with the fingers, and the rave is being documented even by the biggest media outlets there are today. Something we would only dream of a few years ago. The public is literally talking about it on different platforms, but more than anything, the opinion of those who know so much about it. As such, let us take a look at what Brian Kelly has to say about the price.
Hey Beeks, real quickly, Ethereum, we have this merge coming supposedly in mid-September here. Ethereum, since I think the spring is traded in this range, 2,000 down to 1,000. Now it's kind of the midway of that point after just trading at 2,000. Is there a trade here, or is it fairly much a consensus thought that it should trade up into this event and therefore maybe it won't?
Yeah, I think it's probably more a sell the news, right? I mean, which is maybe not that intuitive because in crypto you generally want to buy the news. But everybody has been buying Ethereum because they're going into this merge, and now you're going to get a so-called yield. And just so you know, it's not really a yield. You're just getting your inflation rewards back. So it's kind of offsetting the inflation in the currency. It's not really a yield. So I think if anything, there's probably a higher potential for a sell the news event going into the merge. And, you know, you could also have a technical glitch. Not only could there be a technical glitch, but there's a lot of questions about what the apps are going to do if Ethereum splits again. So remember, you could have a chain fork and you could have now not 1, 2, but 3 different Ethereums. And then what does your D app go on and what does it play on? So I think there's more risk to the Ethereum merge than people are giving credit for.
So, an intuitive opinion coming from Kelly here, saying that there never will be a yield even if the people were initially promised of it when they invested in the network. With how much the recent increase in inflation has taken from the assets, the merge can only decrease it and achieve a return on the value they have lost so far. Essentially, there's no substantial yield to realize, which kind of supports the thesis that it might just be a sell the rumor after all. There's also the risk of a glitch happening, as well as the likelihood of a split happening in Ethereum. So maybe we have not been giving that much attention to the risk that may come from this event as we are with the benefits. So, how about you guys? Do you think you've also been seeing this merge too much in a bright light, undermining the downsides and actual truth behind it? Let us know if you think the same or otherwise by commenting below this video. And while you're doing it, check if you have this video liked and you're already subscribed to our channel. If you're not, better do it now so you'll be a part of our growing community. So at a surface level, it seems like the merge certainly packs a couple of upgrades, including the faster transactions and lesser energy consumption with each transaction made. But for the end users and the general public, this might not be as monumental as it once looked like a few months ago. This might not be a ubiquitous opinion, as some of you might still think of it as a big event. And it is, but there is a possibility that it might not actually be as massive as we think. After all, the hype will eventually die down and the news stations will stop talking about it, and that will dictate just how the price of ETH will behave without the hype and all. It will be difficult for some to churn this possibility considering how consistent the price of ETH is as compared to the dollar. But if it were to be clashed with the value of Bitcoin, that will be much more plausible for a basis. Fortunately, Ethereum is able to hold itself pretty well even when put side to side with Bitcoin. Even when it has bottomed for some time, it was still able to really keep up. So this means that in the long term, we might still be able to see it go bullish. The second thing Kelly talked about is the chain split and the tendency of it happening. Keep in mind that splits have happened in the crypto space before, and we've actually had it in Bitcoin with Bitcoin TX and Bitcoin Cash. If it ever were to happen as a side effect of the merge, it will feel less worrying to know that it has happened before. And it actually has happened with Ethereum already if it makes the situation better. When the split happened, Vitalik Buterin, who was the founder of Ethereum, decided to adopt the new chain entirely, to which most of the network supporters had followed. This is the Ethereum we know now and use, and it is the one undergoing the process of merging. But this is not a decision that happened on a whim and because Vitalik wanted to change chains. It happened because there are more developers wanting to work for this new chain in Ethereum, and as compared to the Ethereum Classic, it thrives more, and seeing where it is headed now, the split back then appeared to be a blessing in disguise. So basically, when there's a split in a network, there will be multiple coins that will be created. At surface value, it would seem like they are all viable, but thinking long term, they are actually not. So between creating a network that's as good as Ethereum and seeing multiple coins appear without the likelihood of anyone succeeding, taking the split as a downside is much more plausible. And that is it for today's video. I hope you found this video informative and helpful. As always, if you did, please show us some love and support by giving this video a big thumbs up and subscribing to our channel. And make sure to keep your notifications on so you will be updated whenever we post new videos on all things related to crypto. This has been Diversified Streams. Thank you so much for tuning in, and see you in our next video.